How's it going, YouTube? It's Ian here from Northwest Badminton Tennis ProRacket.net. Today we're going to talk about shoes. We're going to talk about the most expensive shoe that has been probably in the badminton industry and of course in badminton history as well. This shoe is called the Yonex Power Cushion Infinity 2nd Generation. So this retails at $224 in the USA, and as I know, not every shop in the USA is carrying it because it's such an expensive shoe to be in inventory for most shops. But thankfully, as one of the top dealers in the Yonex USA, we are carrying all the colors that is available for this model. Now in this video, we're going to go through how it fits like and what the color options are and what the difference is comparison between the first generation and the second generation that we have now in stock. So a couple weeks back, I got sent this shoe, and of course I posted on Instagram that I was so excited to see this shoe, you know, in person and how the shoe box looks like. It looks like a designer shoe, you know, it came in black box, but when we received the products to sell, well, unfortunately it came in regular Yonex shoe box, which is kind of sad because people are actually paying $224 for it. Might as well give them a special box, you know. Yonex, next time when you do it a little bit differently. So anyway, we have three colors. We have red, which is the one I received from Yonex, and we have blue and black. Black right now is still stock in port. It's available for pre-orders, but it's gonna be in soon. And we don't have a lot of these in stock, so if you really like them, make sure you go to ProRacket.net and get yours on order. Now, first thing I want to say is it worth buying such an expensive shoe? Is it a good investment to invest in such an expensive shoe just to play badminton? Well, my past experience is I have been using the first generation, which looks like this. Actually, I have it here, which looks like this. The first generation in the past, I would say 3 years to 3.5 years, and my shoes are still good. So if I don't change it, I believe it can go another probably 2 to 3 years. So it's definitely pretty durable per se, and a lot of my customers who purchased the first generation are still using them as well. Unlike people who buy the Aries or the 65s, they have to change shoes every 1 or 2 years. In this point, durability wise, I will definitely say it's worth investing in, but people think differently. You know, some people have a little bit more in the budget, some people have less. Either way, as long as you enjoy the sport, have a comfortable shoes to wear, it doesn't matter if it is an $85 shoe or a shoe like this, either way will works. But today we're gonna focus on how this fits. First of all, I take the shoe down to the club, and first of all, it feels amazing when I put it out, and there are a huge difference based on the upper part compared to the first generation. The lower part, not a big change. So let's go into what is the biggest and major changes on the top parts that you see. So the first thing I noticed differentiate from this shoe and the regular shoe is how it fits when I wear it on court. So within I would say less than 30 minutes, this shoe breaks in very smoothly, very easily. I don't even feel like it's a brand new shoe, and it fit true to size. So nowadays a lot of shoes are not fitting true to size because a lot of them has already switched manufacturers, so the sizes aren't as consistent as before. So some people might have to go half size up or half size down. But for this one in particular, the Infinity shoe, it's true to size. Like I said, it breaks in smoothly, and also I can feel the new BOA system, which is the BOA turning system that the Infinity has. It's such a big improvement compared to the previous generation. So what do I mean by that? So the previous generation, there's also two BOA turning system, but the new system covers a lot more than the previous model. So the previous model only has one that's on the upper part, and when you press it down and when you turn it, it kind of covers on your ankle part, and the other one just tightens the inner tongues for you. As for the new Infinity 2nd generation, there are two parts that's on the top, and then when you turn the BOA system, it covers and wraps your feet much tighter and much more secure compared to the first one. And also because of the inner boot design, it feels like someone is hugging your feet comfortably, so you can play very aggressive on court, and I don't feel like I will get injured at any time soon. So I think that's the best benefit from the new BOA system that they have. Now, last but not least, there's also a slight change as I mentioned, which is the inner boot design. So the previous generation comes with the traditional tongue design, which is a little bit lower on the edge of your ankles. As for the new one, they endorse from the Eclipse series that come with a higher profile inner boot design. So I don't feel any discomfort with the ears I talked about in the previous video for Eclipse. These ear design just help me put in the shoe much more easily because there's no shoe tongue. So as I mentioned in that video, go check it out if you need it. Just pull 2 fingers inside, pull the shoe, and then slide it into your feet. And of course, because it's BOA system, just press and turn. Just that simple. So because it's a little bit higher profile, so I feel like it's a lot more protective and there's much more padding on the side as well. So in general, it's a very comfortable shoe and probably the best so far in the Yonex shoe lineup. So as we move down to the bottom, so there is no change compared to the previous generation, which is kind of sad because there are a lot of stuff they can add into the shoe. For example, the ray dial blade sole, probably not the semi-connecting sole because that doesn't work on Infinity, but probably at least add in the ray dial blade design because it looks boring with the original Infinity first generation bottom sole with this price. I don't think it gives us justice if you don't change the whole thing as a new, you know, facelift or something like that. But it does a job. You know, without the radar blade sole, it's still very comfortable. It still have a lot of traction on core, nothing wrong with it. And of course, Power Cushion Plus from Yonex and the 3D graphite sheet, which covers from the bottom to the side of your shoe to prevent you from rolling over. But the best shoe to prevent from rolling over is still Eclipse, because Eclipse has the connecting sole. I always tell customers, if you're gonna roll over your ankle, you will, because that means something's wrong with your footwork. The shoe will just help you a little bit. So if you really have trouble with that, you have to go find a coach and get your footwork fixed. Otherwise, equipment will only help you that far. All right, now let's talk about, is it worth buying this shoe? I will say probably it is, because I usually don't break shoes that often, and also I like the design of BOA. I think the biggest advantage of BOA will be it's very easy to put it on. If you're late to the game, all you have to do is slide on, press, turn. That's it, you're all set to go. And then during the middle of the game, you don't have to slow down and then tie your shoelace if it is loose, because it's never loose. The BOA system is just that good that it won't come loose. And also it comes with lifetime warranty. For that being said, it does not even break. Mine has been using for 3 years. I abuse it a lot because I wear it a lot, and it's still good, it's still functional, it's not getting loose. So I think it's definitely a good investment if you have that kind of budget. Now, if you do not have that kind of budget, you don't have to go for these. There are a lot of options out there. For example, the new 65Z3, the new Aris Z, those are good shoes to buy. If you want to go lower, you can even go for 65X. You can find all these information in ProRacket.net, and all these shoes are in stock for you to pick as well. But in my case, if I want something different, if I want to stand out a little bit, if I want to save some time tying the shoelaces, then I will say Power Cushion Infinity 2nd generation is definitely a catch right there. Now, the most disappointing part, as I mentioned before, will be the insoles. So these shoes still come with those shitty, plain, flat insoles from Yonex, which I don't really get it. If you're charging people $224, might as well give them something good. So when I first got the shoe, I throw away the insoles and I put in the Victor XD F11 insole that I use. So that's the insole I highly recommend because it's very soft, it has a lot of arch support, and it just gives me a lot of comfort, makes the shoe much more softer in general. Above all, the only critiques I have for this particular shoe will be the insoles. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's worth investing in $224 buying a pair of badminton shoes? In my case, I think it is, but it might not be for you. So leave a comment down below, and of course subscribe to our channel, ping the bell icon so that you know when we have a new video uploaded, and all these help us grow the channel bigger so we can bring you not weekly but probably monthly contents of the new product that's coming out, badminton or tennis, or in the future might be pickable as well, because Yonex and Victor and other brands, they do send us products for reviews. And yes, some people will say this video is sponsored by Yonex. In some way, they did send me the shoe to review it, but they never interfere of what I'm gonna say, and they never told me what to address in the video. So I am free to say what I want to say about their products. So hopefully this is still a pretty honest opinion from my perspective. Now, of course, if you have any questions about your shoes, rackets, doesn't matter badminton or tennis, or just want a consulting, you can always go through our Facebook or Instagram direct message. It's always open 24/7. Someone will respond to you for your questions shortly. And of course, if you need any equipment, go to proracket.net or come to Seattle, Washington, Bellevue, Washington, Northwest Badminton and Tennis. That's our physical store. And then this is Ian. I will see you guys next time. And I'm going to hug my Ironman Power Cushion Infinity to sleep. Have a good night. Bye bye.